I can't remember where I was at with this, but basically this piece of loom's off the bottom of a coil pack and an MX5 coil pack, and will plug straight into my engine harness because I'm using an MX5 coil pack. So when I make my coil pack loom for the Honda Cops, that will be the plug on the end of it, basically, like underneath the inlet manifold. And I was a little bit unsure about how long my loom was because I can't really see it, it's all underneath the inlet manifold. But I used to have the coil pack on the end of the head, so I'm pretty sure my wiring is long enough to come to at least around this area. So I think I'm going to try and get the plug so it kind of goes somewhere, you know, like underneath the inlet manifold in this sort of area. If you imagine there's an inlet manifold here. You get me, fam? Anyway, I machined up these bobbins, these threaded bosses that will go on the, pain in the ass, go on the hang on, get my leg up, go on the rocker cover, but the coils, I'll try and film this, I've got to kind of go at an angle so all the plugs and wiring fits. So as you can see, I got to shape and do a bit of grinding in that on the cover to get the threaded bosses in the correct locale. So that is where I'm at the minute on that. Now hopefully this weekend that little project will get completed. I'm going to block that off, but yeah, hopefully that little project will get completed. Guys, I'm trying to get on with this coil pack stuff, but the weather is absolutely atrocious. But if I can get the rocker cover done, then I can go home, make the loom in the dry, like in the warm and the dry, and with a nice brew. So I'll go out and I'll show you where I'm at, and I think I'm just going to shape the other three bosses the same. Then I'm just going to like measure on the rocker cover and try and transfer that across to the next rocker cover. So let's go and have a look a minute. You can see like I literally just cut straight down and put a little bit of a chamfer, and that'll be like fine to weld. And then if I measure from like a point, like the end here to the center line of the first, so on and so on, it should be able to do it indoors without having to tack it on the car and without having to ruin the cool packs. So I'm gonna get on and shape the others the same, get all this in the dry and shut the bonnet down, and report back in a minute. Okay, so this is where I'm at right this minute. I've got a little fixture made up, got all my little bosses where I want them, and I'm going to get the welder on the go. Got a couple of these holes I want to fill up, probably going to leave them in case I want to put a P-clip or something on there. Got this to weld up, so yeah, I'm going to get these tacks on and then see where we're at. It's not quite level at the moment, but I'll probably get the tacks on and then level it up, I reckon. So probably, don't know if I'm going to film the tacking process. Maybe I will. Hang on. Skip forward about 3 steps and this is where you get to. So because I'm an idiot, I didn't film any of the wiring and I didn't film painting the rocker cover, and luckily from this angle it doesn't seem to show up how bad the paint job is on the rocker cover. But I used aerosol 5 alley alloy wheel silver and it just looks horrific. really bad finish, and I had some reaction. In fact, I know why there was reaction. Basically, I was doing it cold, I was using a heat gun, and I put my palm on that area to see if it was warm, and my hands were a bit greasy, and then I put the next layer of paint on and it just bubbled up like a twat. But we will address that. As you can see, there's like no bolts, and that's literally just because I've made this and it doesn't work. But for the context of this video, if you wanted to put K20 coils on a Micra, you can see what you got to do. You basically got to make some little M6 threaded bosses. Also, it needs some like Delrin or rubber or some kind of booty down in here to stop any water getting in there. I will come up with a plan for that. Neoprene or something, maybe. Figure that out. But this will work. Oh, and earth goes on there. It's that new shiny one rear, basically. So yeah, as you can see, the earth comes out of the loom and goes in. I had a bit of a malfunction and it was starting to mess up. You can see it was unraveling itself, fraying. So I just put a couple of cable ties on. No, these are called smart coils, so they have igniters built in or something like that. And then the MX5 coil is a dumb coil and requires an igniter on an MX5. But on this ECU, it doesn't require an igniter to run an MX5 coil, but it requires some electronic trickery to run smart coils. So basically, my mate Ali is going to smash me up a schematic and a list of components so I can make my own loom. And he's going to design me up some sort of a loom for testing coil packs as well. So he was actually the guy who told me how to make the launch control work on this and gave me all the schematics. So it's pretty sick that he's going to help me out again. There will be a part 2 when I get this up and running. That'll be enough for this video, and we'll catch up soon